So you're snacking on yogurt and licking through the cup. Really reminds me. You ever watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yeah.
So like you just constantly remind me of Terry right now because like Terry loves yogurt. It's like Taylor loves yogurt because I'm like watching you eat right now.
Is Terry Crews?
Yes, and he
Hell yeah.
talks in
I'll
third
take
person.
that. I'll take
So
that.
no.
Uh,
You don't take that. Taylor takes that.
Taylor
So
takes that. This is too good. Only you can't see it. 2 grams of sugar, but 12 grams of protein. Pretty
oh,
good in yogurt.
that's not
Usually
bad.
it's the other way around.
Well, yeah, considering like the other high protein yogurts always have some kind of bullshit filler in them, and the
Hmm.
fact that you look the way you do, which is remarkable, and you're like, this podcast brought to you by Two Goods, 2 grams
Too
of
good.
sugar. Was it two
The
grams of
best
sugar?
2 grams of sugar, 12 grams of protein.
What is it? Is it added sugar or is it natural sugar? See,
Total
there's a
sugar
difference.
is
Because
0 grams added sugar. Yeah, it's just sugar.
yeah, I was gonna say because like I'm pre-diabetic, so I have to watch what I eat. So I always try to read for like, is it added or natural? So
Wait, does that make a difference in diabetes? Like the diabetes cells? I don't know how diabetes works.
I
Can
mean,
tell is it added sugar or not?
yeah, yes and no. Like in my case, because of my genes, I have to really be careful with like a lot of fruits that I eat. Like I can't have watermelon, banana, mangoes, um, the good
I,
stuff.
I would just die. Those
Well,
are all the good fruits.
those are all the good ones, and like they're high in water content, but they're also like high in sugar content. And so what I
Damn.
can have are like the berries, like the blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, blackberries, and stuff like that. So like
Damn.
minuscule little buckets of tiny fruit at a time is what I can eat without like compromising my system. So
So you would be like a good forager gatherer, hunter gatherer.
I don't know if
You'd
I'd
just be
be
sitting out
good.
there.
I think it'd be more like I'm forced to forage. I didn't say I
Oh,
was good.
you're not good at it. It's just the only lifestyle that wouldn't kill you.
Yeah. Also, blackberry picking is the boringest thing ever. I've done it. I've done apple picking. I've done all the white people fruit picking. It is very boring.
I used to go blackberry picking or blueberry picking a lot growing up. I didn't hate it. It just depends on how like what's your eat to not eat ratio. My eat to not eat ratio is always like 5 eat, 5 gather, right? It's like a 1-to-1, I guess that's what I'm saying.
Meaning you were like stealing the entire time.
Oh, this was a private blackberry farm.
Doesn't mean you're not stealing. Just because this is private does not mean you're not stealing. Did they know
We were
you were on the
allowed to be
premises?
there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
all right. That makes more sense. All right. Speaking of outdoors, we are recording today's episode about Caesar's Head State Park Visitor Center in 8155 Gear Highway, Cleveland, South Carolina. It's about 20 minutes past north of Greenville. Sort of on your way to Hendersonville, but you kind of peer off a little bit towards Landrum area, but it's in the mountains. Beautiful site. By your confusion, I detect that you have not been there while you were living in South Carolina.
I've never been there.
Were you
You
an
know what's
outdoorsy
funny?
person when you lived in South Carolina like 7 years ago?
I was outdoorsy, but not in the South. What's fun about South Carolina outdoors? It's just hot.
I mean, I don't know. You just told me you were stealing blueberries. So, like, what's the difference?
That was Vermont.
Yeah, what's the difference in Vermont and South Carolina? So,
How dare you? Speaking of confusion, Caesar's Head State Park Visitor Center is very close to the Confusion Falls.
oh, nice. I'll take that. That's the voice of Taylor Dorsett, the host, creator, producer of the Technical Interviewee podcast. Sorry, Professional Technical Interview podcast. You can find that on YouTube and anywhere you listen to audio voices on as well, like this podcast, where you can listen to anything between Spotify, Amazon, all the shit, iTunes, Google Play, and all that kind of stuff. Just basically wherever you listen to us right now, hit that like and subscribe button. Give us a couple more fellowships. No, that's very religious. I'm sorry. That's very I'm asking for money now. That sounds wrong.
Fellowship of the Rings. Swear your acts to us.
I mean,
and we'll probably send you a podcast.
I have your fellowship. You're my buddy, so I'll take that. But if anyone else wants to be my fellowship, you can write to yesvandrew@gmail.com. Speaking of which, I should update that email because I don't do improv anymore, yet I still use that email. By the way, by the time this podcast comes out, I will have done a stand-up set for the first time in like 2 years.
Whoa.
I know.
How's that gonna go?
I'm rusty. I am bringing in like 1 minute of old material with like 9 minutes of new material wrapped around it to kind of cheer it through better. It's also called working through daddy issues. So that's how I see it.
That's the show or your set?
No. But that would be funny for a show. I always also said that if I did in a set based around my mom. So this set's kind of based around my dad. But if I based it around my mom, it would be called One More Ting, because anytime I talk to my mom, like she never lets me off the hook or off the phone until she like has like 5 more One More Tings. It's like the list stopped, Mom. The list stopped. Like basically, I would end the set and come on for like 3 more encores just to like run down the crowd.
No. But none of them are as good. It's just slowly the joke's getting worse and worse.
No. I would basically wait for the audience to continue just filing out, and I would still keep doing it myself. Anyway, this is One Star Reviews. This is Andrew Van, your host, as he rambles. And yes, I'll be doing stand up. I would have done stand up because this episode won't come out before I do it. And I don't tell people, and because I don't want to, one, I don't have Facebook. 2, I like doing comedy for a random crowd, right? Like a normal comic, right? Like I've way past that point where I want to like post about it to my friends and family. Like, come see me perform in the basement of a coffee shop. Woo! Right. And then like I get that. What do you call it? Like a give and laugh? Like that.
Yeah. You know, like, you're going to get some chuckles,
job.
right?
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, good job. It's like, no, I don't want that. That's the kind of laugh you get. And then like when someone goes on like America's Got Talent, or they go on like American Idol and they're like terrible. And then they start arguing with like Simon Cowell. And they're like, you don't know what you're talking about. My mom says I'm funny. Like, no, it's a hard no for me. Get off the stage. It's because they don't get good feedback.
It feels like you earned it a bit more with strangers, right?
Oh yeah. There's like a rush. You know this as a performer. Like there's like a little rush of like making random people laugh, because you know it just makes your chemicals in your brain just react and go, oh, like this is something I do well. So
hey, if you're a person who goes to comedy shows, you know what I used to really love? Like, laughs during the show are great, yeah. But if you single me out after the show and say, hey man, really funny, that honestly I'm gonna live for the next 2 weeks off of that. You know,
I'm the opposite. I don't have to live off that. And before we begin these reviews, finally, as we ramble, I once walked into a TJ Maxx with my family one night, and as I'm walking in, this couple was walking out, and they like stopped me and they recognized me because I'm like the only Asian performer, or was the only Asian performer at Alchemy. And they're like, hey, you're in the 7:30 Friday night Gold Rush show. And it was really cool because like I helped build that show, right? So like I helped build it, brand it, made it consistent. So to me, it wasn't just like they said that improv show or that Alchemy show. They literally said the name of the like marquee title of the show every week that we're on. And I said, yeah, thanks for coming. And I like just kept walking. And then my wife looked at me and she goes like, you're awkward as hell. I was like, I know I am.
So. Well, Andrew, I didn't say I was going to have anything good to say back to them. I just said it means a lot when they say that.
Yes.
I will probably say,
okay,
thanks, and awkwardly try to end the conversation as well.
You're like, come back soon, but not when I'm there. Don't talk to me again. So, all right. This is One Star Review. So today's episode, as you can tell, is we are doing Caesar's Head State Park Visitor Center. If you've not listened to the podcast before, we like to read the bad reviews of good places. Caesar's Head's a really warm place in my heart. It's really fun, easy drive, and it's not much of a hike if you just want to get a scenic view in and get like a little picnic in and just walk around, check out the gift shop and so on. Photos are on Google and all that kind of stuff. It's just gorgeous, but you have to see it for yourself. But we'll start off with a review here. I got one teed up. My wife and I went to the park today and were told to leave the gift shop for not wearing a mask by the person behind the counter. If it makes you feel better wearing a mask, then wear it and leave the rest of us alone. We will not be back to this park anytime soon. I mean, it would make them feel better. That's why they asked you. But then, like, it's a park, right? So you just like go outside, like, I'm leaving. Look at that beauty. So
could you imagine getting triggered about having to wear a mask for like seconds, minutes, right? Like such a small amount of time in your total park experience. It's incredible.
exactly. And like, honestly, like the minute you walk out, you can't really be angry because it is freaking gorgeous when you walk outside. So it's like that anger should just rush over your head pretty fast from what I can tell. So
I've got one here. Drove over an hour with 4 kids for the manager, insert manager's name here, to ban me and kicked me off the property because they were so full. So I pulled off the road and waited for them to remove the full sign blocking the entrance, only to watch them let 2 other cars in the park. When I confronted them about it, they kicked me off the park property.
Lord.
I feel like there's a news story associated with this one.
I like that basically he felt like he was treated like it was a protest or something. Like he was just like trying to make it seem like he was just like dragged off over the dumbest thing.
Like they kicked him off the property. Like, what does that even mean? Like they took, like, it was full, right? So you've seen those parking lot full signs, right? Where it's like they won't let you park because there's not any parking spaces. And sometimes there are 1 or 2 spaces. People always lose their shit about that. But that's often because they need a space for the park ranger. They need a space for an ambulance, right? People get hurt all the time in these parks. They got to bring ambulances in. A cop car, right? They got to have a couple spare spaces. Plus, they're not standing there moving the sign every single time someone comes or leaves and then putting the sign back out. They do it in waves, right? Where it's 20 minutes. Every 30 minutes, they're going to move the sign and back out. You got to understand parks, Michael.
Speaking of which, I'm not even going to lie to you. So yesterday, I took my dog to the vet to get pre-blood work done. He's what are you drinking? Holy shit.
Cranberry juice.
But is that actually like a gallon of diet cranberry juice, or is that just like a jug you use for water?
Well, now that you mention it, it does seem a little strange, but it is 3 liters of diet cranberry juice.
Sorry, you have 2% body fat, but that's been what's been holding you over is that diet cranberry juice.
Diet cranberry juice is pretty good, man.
I'm not like denying because, like, again, much better what you're doing with your health. I'm just like, I guess, taking notes. Like, basically, right now, I'm like doing my own live men's health cover to like, wait, that's your secret? You just ate a bunch of Too Good yogurt, and now you just downed a gallon of diet Ocean Spray cranberry juice.
Yep, pretty much.
This podcast brought to you by Ocean Spray. All right, so what I was saying is, so talking about parking, yesterday I took my dog to the vet, and the vet's office like completely full. Now, like every space taken. In fact, like the front row spaces had that COVID thing where you park your car, you text the phone number, text them the space, and then they come to you, and then you go inside. And so all those spaces were taken, all the back row spaces were taken. And there was only 1 handicap space. So it was me, my 2 kids, and my dog, who's like 11 months old. And I park in handicap space, and I'm trying to tell the kids, like, okay, I'm not trying to break the law here, but I literally have no other recourse to action. And the other parking lot was like a good little hike away and like another parking lot from another building. So I said, I'm going to park here. I'll do what I do. And we got inside. My kid, first thing he did, he's like, can you go to the restroom? I'm like, damn it. And then get checked in, drop the dog off. And I'm like cracking the door every like minute to like peek out the damn door to look through the glass to see if a parking space opens. And then finally, like 20 minutes later, I like finally got a space, and I just kept being paranoid that I was going to get a ticket and fine over a full veterinary clinic. So anyway, that's my dumb anxiety story of the day. So anyway, next one. The most unfriendly rangers / staff I have ever encountered. How many rangers staffs have you encountered in your life?
Yeah, Colleen. I know we don't say names, but sometimes it helps. I won't say her last name. Come on, Colleen. How active are you?
I know many. Okay, like they know me, and I'm a reg. I have one of those state park passes. They know me. Anyway, and I hike and explore a lot. Yep. See, there you go. She does.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
she
there you
knows
go.
all of them. She knows all the fucking people in the upstate. Sorry, swear now.
Did I mention grumpy, mean, and rude? Both of them, the young girl too. And getting info was like pulling teeth. That being said, the area was lovely and hiking too. This review is just about the visitor center! Exclamation point.
Yeah, a little much. I will say once in a while on this show, I like to do a little deep dive into the people who leave these reviews and see, do they have a lot of reviews? Are they kind of generally a 1-star? Are they like a 5-star in general? Is it a mix? Right. This individual does have a lot of reviews about different state parks or trailheads. One, she's very upset because people left footprints. She says, really, people? Leave no trace means no footprints. Which, like, if you're triggered by footprints, I think you're just looking for a reason to be upset.
Wow. All right, so she's been to Paris Mountain State Park. We did that episode a couple episodes with mutual friend Dustin Bays, and it says, not crazy about the trails or the bikes, can use them too. Many times dogs and bikes don't mix, especially on narrow trails. It would be great if they had dedicated trails for each activity. Got a really, really bad case of poison sumac, but all in all, it's a beautiful park with great staff. So she likes the staff there. That's really important for her. That's really important. You gotta have that high. What service do you have at a state park?
Yeah,
like I get if it's a restaurant, I get if it's a bar, I get if it's a hotel. Like what staff training is there for customer service at a park?
You could literally yell at me at a state park, and I'm gonna go, "Huh? What's up with that guy? Let's go hike." Like I don't care what the staff does.
Or like the first few, like put on a mask. I'm just gonna go outside. All right, I'm just gonna go outside. Fuck
it. Here's one. The store was a disaster. Apparently, it was a huge chore to use a cash register. The whole review.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. Like that just sounds like a person who uses cash all the time.
Yes.
And someone was like, "You can put your card in now," and the person was like, "I'm using cash," and they were like, "Okay." Like some 18-year-old who's just like, "I guess I have to open the cash register now."
Yeah. Are you look like one? I'm gonna take a wild guess. Are you a cash guy? You carry cash on you?
I do always carry some cash on me.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're trying to rob me, then I never carry cash. I carry some cash on me, just for cash places. But most of the time, I don't even bring my wallet places. I just have like my Tap Pay, Apple Pay stuff now. I'm a future boy.
How do muggers rob in the future though? Like
they just have a chip reader and they say, "Hold your phone up."
Oh, like a what do you call it? Like a square reader?
Yeah.
Insert your card or I'll blow.
They said Venmo me right now.
Could you imagine? Like, okay, I know I'm like asking for God. You're just swinging that fucking juice again. How long has it taken you to drink an entire jug of juice?
Is that it has been a couple of days. I probably drink a liter a day no. It was full yesterday. All right, 1.5 liters.
And that's strictly for you, nothing for the wife. It's like, hey, I'm gonna drink out of this.
I bought 2 of these last week and I finished them both.
Man, in a week,
gotta stay hydrated, man.
3-liter jugs of Diet Ocean Spray. I hope they sponsor it. Ocean Spray cranberry juice.
No UTIs for me.
That is true. I'm the guy drinking Diet Dr. Pepper, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, you can kidney stones over there.
I know, but I do drink 84 ounces of water a day though. So I do.
Here's one. Here's a quick one. Closed. That's it.
Damn.
The whole review.
Well, before I got distracted by you drinking, like, could you imagine, like, again, karma? You're in a city. It's a future, right? Like Cyberpunk 2077. Some guy is about to mug you, but the cash doesn't exist in 55 years in the future. But instead, he has a gun, a laser gun, maybe, have you, and a chip reader, like a little square reader. And you have to swipe your card, and it's just like, I'm sorry, the stripe doesn't work. Hang on. The chips kind of malfunction. Do you have like one of those plastic bags I can run across? Sometimes that's a trick that works.
Oh, I think I pulled it back too fast. I didn't leave it there long enough. Oh God.
Okay, now give me the CVV code in the back. Zip code. Oh, hang on. I'm on the phone with your fraud department.
Tell them this is a perfectly legal transaction.
Hey, do you remember the last 2 transactions you had? They're asking. Arby's? What the fuck? Who goes to Arby's in 2077? Everybody in the future sounds like that, by the way. Everyone, like smoking and vaping has gone through the roof of 55 years, or everyone sounds like a chain smoker. Just saying.
The pollution is just so bad that everyone has smoker's lungs.
Exactly. All right. The park ranger, quote, Greg, in all caps, was very belittling, mean, and rude to us. Wow. Call Greg out.
Shots.
I know. I want to like if this place had a marketing team and they wanted to phone in, Zoom call in to Greg, like, hey Greg, how's your weekend? Oh my God, yes, I miss Clemson football. Oh yeah, go Tigers, yeah. Oh my God, beautiful. Oh yes, get the grass done. Yeah, it's great. Hey, so no big deal. I'm sure, we want both sides of the story, and I'm sure it was not nearly as bad as it makes out to be. We had a complaint last week, and it said you were a little belittling, mean, and rude to some folks. I mean, granted, hey, look, we're gonna give you your time to speak. Just want to kind of get that out there. Just anything you want to say?
I told them that if they didn't get their dumbasses out my park, I was gonna kick it. Kick their dumbasses out the park.
No,
now,
Greg,
does that sound belittling to you?
No, Greg. Hey, look, we love that you take this park so seriously. Yes, we do say we're like family here, and that you feel like this is your house. But hey, it's also everyone's park. Okay, you can't just kick people out. That's not how that works. Okay, but
what is this badge for? Why'd you give me a badge if I can't use it?
Oh, it's okay.
If I can't take this badge, put it on my knuckles, and then punch someone with my knuckles with a badge on it, why would I have this badge?
Hey, so about that, we had another complaint. The punching. It's hey, look, we know you take it seriously, and hey, you've won, employee of the month 9 months in a row, but the punching's it's a little much.
It works on the Bears.
Yes, it does work on the Bears, but these are humans, because humans are leaving you the Google reviews.
And Greg got fired that day.
Seen heard. Let's see. We got one. This one, I think they're a little confused with a restaurant to Caesar's Head. Pathetic service order for 2 patties, overcooked fries thrown into one bag, the second fry in a cup on top of that, lettuce with 2 small pieces of bacon burnt. Appeared there was no leadership among those kids. That was about 3 months ago.
What restaurant was this person trying to review?
I don't know. There used to be a little restaurant right next door to it called Mountain House. I don't know if that's what he's referring to, but I believe it's actually closed. So I think this guy is just crazy.
Imagine reading this review and like working here and being like, I gotta step up. I gotta get some leadership amongst these kids. We gotta hire a real leader for our state park.
By the way, I don't know if you're using Google Reviews on your phone or Google Reviews on the on a Chrome browser or whatever browser you use, Edge. But I just realized there's Caesar's Head State Park Visitor Center. And then there's a separate one next to that, Caesar's Head Overlook. Overlook is what I'm referring to as like the great scenic stuff, all kind of stuff. So what I had been reading previously was the gift shop, the visitor center. But if you look at the next one, I'll read, let me see.
Wait, I have one more for the visitor center.
Go.
It goes with my theme of recommending other places within the review, which is my favorite. The place view is great. It's overcrowded and hit or miss enforcement of masks. Staff hassled some, but not others. Parking was chaotic and didn't make sense. The staff is rude and obnoxious. They make no sense and went out of the way to hassle us, but not others for the same reason. They just weren't reasonable. We wish we knew how stressful it would be ahead of time. We would have skipped this overlook and the long drive to get there. My recommend to the staff is to rethink your organization. The Blue Ridge Parkway Visitor Center had a great organizational system. Maybe you could learn something from them.
A state park. You've been on the episodes with me before where a business is slammed and then gets compared to another business. And now we get that with a fucking state park. This guy came in like already knowing he was going to refer to Blue Ridge State Park as being superior. That I did not see coming.
Isn't Blue Ridge much larger too?
Yeah. It's literally like in all the songs about the Blue Ridge Mountains. Like it's famous. So
like one of these has a budget. The other one is lucky if they could hire 3 teens.
Yeah. That'd be like you comparing McDonald's to like, you know, a gourmet steakhouse saying, this is way better. Like, yeah, no shit.
Or comparing like an Arby's to like any other fast food restaurant.
Or comparing Arby's to the Arby's 6 miles down the road. Like we learned in our previous Arby's episode. Shout out. Go check out the Arby's episode, folks. This one's fun. This because it is translated by Google. So I'm going to butcher the Spanish translation and then I'll read what it means by Google. Aburrido solo es un poco lo que se puede observar y está muy desencadenado. Which translated, it's a cute couple pic, by the way. Bored, it's just a little what can be observed, and he is very careless.
I don't know if that's bad Google Translate or if she's making a statement on the guy she's in the photo with.
Right, because
it's
it's his account, but like if that's right, then she's typing it up. So he is careless. What does that mean? He is careless.
I don't know. Did he fall? Is he no longer here?
Oh,
did he get pushed?
Did she post a photo before his demise? No. Aw.
I got
good.
The view is beautiful, but the bathroom has no sink water to wash your hands after using the bathroom. So what's up with that? What's up with that?
What is up with that? It's nature. You go find.
What's up with that?
You go find a like a waterfall. You find a river. You find a creek. So
I want to end every review with, so what's up with that? Just a slight criticism and then, so what's up with that?
That's a spin-off of this podcast. So what's up with that? So we'll end it on there. If you ever come back to Greenville, I do recommend Caesar's Head State Park. I can't remember the history behind Caesar's Head State Park, but again, it's a pretty easy drive up to get to the overlook, and then just right down the street, you can go and take some good hikes at what's called Ravencliff's Falls Trailhead. Not a lot of reviews here, but we would probably do that another time if they get more reviews. There's also a little area like Silver Steps as well. It's a lot of good. It's one of those like mountain drives that like kind of pops your ears as you're going up. You know what I mean? So it's fun there.
And we should say, while we were reading the 1-star reviews, Caesar's Head State Park Visitor Center itself has a 4.8, which is pretty killer with 2,600 reviews. And Caesar's Head Overlook has a 4.9 with 886 reviews. And honestly, we read all of the 1-star reviews plus some of the
on both of them, really, because there was only like 2 on the Overlook one. So
pictures look great. Check it out, but maybe go to Blue Ridge if you have high expectations for organizational systems.
Yeah, if you want something big and impressive, I guess go to Blue Ridge. That's what it's all about. But in the meantime, check out more episodes of 1-star reviews anywhere you listen to your voices on. You give us a like, subscribe, and all that. But also, if you are interested in getting into the IT world and field like I did a few months ago, check out Taylor's podcast, the Professional Technical Interviewee podcast. You can find out anything you listen to voices on as well. But also, because he's a handsome fella, he's on YouTube. Check out that there and also his LinkedIn page and just follow and subscribe to him as well. You get some good tidbits and information there as he does interviews with folks in the IT world and how to break into it and learn how to answer mock interview questions because guess what, folks? You want a job, you need to learn how to talk pretty, right?
Pew, 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 pew,
Pew, pew, pew. There you go. Also, ocean spray.
This episode brought to you by Ocean Spray.
It will be now. And I will get a check. I will get a check, even if it's like 23 cents. I'll get a check. I'll split it with you.